Izumi, will you please go out with me?
I'm sorry, but I have feelings for someone else.
Silence followed, and the cold winter winds blew past the two of them. The girl that just rejected him is called Izumi Kaoruko. She's one of the most beautiful girls in school. However, she's nicknamed the Ice Queen, as she has a very cold reaction to most people, especially guys. However, she's still very popular due to her face and her classy personality. There are so many guys that try to ask her out and get rejected. Okay.
Is that all you needed to talk to me about? I'm gonna get going then.
She said those words very bluntly and started to walk away without looking back. My name is Kazuma Seiya, and I just happened to witness the encounter that happened outside with my friend. Whoa, even Takano from the baseball team got rejected. I think that's the 4th guy the Ice Queen has rejected this semester. Is Takano that famous around school? Yeah, he is actually. He's rumored to be the 2nd most handsome guy in school. There's a ranking like that? It was the first time I had heard of such a ranking. I was curious about my own rank, but I was also scared at the same time. If I wasn't on the ranking list, it'd be so depressing. I'm surprised everyone doesn't just give up. So many guys have been rejected up until today. You don't get it, do you? All the guys want to try because so many guys have been rejected by her. What do you mean by that? Well, nobody's dated her so far. The guy that gets to date her would be a legend. I see. Guys are idiots then. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Izumi! Is it really true that you rejected Takano? Takano? Oh, the guy that asked me out earlier? I think that was his name. Why did you reject him? Isn't it a waste? He's so good-looking and popular. It's not a waste at all. He's not the guy I like, so that's why I rejected him. Whoa, Izumi, you're so cool.
Hey, Izumi, if you're free after school today, do you want to hang out with us?
What? Why should I have to hang out with you guys?
Well, I thought you might be able to have some fun if you hang out with us.
It wouldn't be fun hanging out with people that I barely know. Even if I was free, I wouldn't go.
I'm sorry that I asked.
Whoa, the Ice Queen's so scary. Well, she always talks to guys like that. She's really attractive, but dating her must be a nightmare with a personality like that. She's way too serious. Yeah, maybe. I haven't told anyone about this, but Izumi and I have a huge secret. After school, I left school and went back home on the train. After getting off at my station, I headed over to the spot where we always met up. The girl that was waiting for me there was Izumi Kaoruko, the Ice Queen. I'm sorry that I'm late, Kaoruko.
Seiya!
What? You shouldn't hug me like that all of a sudden.
Why though? We're finally alone. I was lonely because we're not able to talk much at school.
Okay. I promise I'll cuddle with you later, so please, give me a bit of room.
Okay, well, don't break this promise. Seiya, could you hold my hand then? It's really cold today.
Okay, fine.
Your hand is so warm.
She said those words as she crossed her fingers with my fingers. Nobody at school could imagine her being so clingy like this. Kaoruko and I are actually dating each other secretly. It all started back in freshman year. We were both in the library, and we happened to reach out for the same book. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Wait, do you like the author of this book by any chance?
Yeah, I do. Do you as well?
Kaoruko and I had very similar taste for books. We saw each other pretty often in the library after our first encounter. Basically, nobody came to the library, so whenever we saw each other there, we'd sit at the same table. Most of the time we just read in silence, but occasionally, we talked about the books that we liked. We ended up swapping contact details, and we keep in touch outside of school too. A little while later, I started hearing rumors of her being called the Ice Queen. However, that didn't bother me at all. It had been around half a year since we met, and we had just started the second year of high school. Kaoruko suddenly asked me to come and meet her outside instead of the library where we usually met. What's the matter, Kaoruko? It's unusual for you to ask me to meet out here.
I have something that I want to say to you.
What is it?
I want you to become my boyfriend.
What?
Up until I met you, I kinda hated guys. I hadn't really talked to a guy before either. However, you're different. You're kind, fun to talk to, and we share the same hobbies. I was in love with you by the time I had noticed.
I had no idea that you felt that way.
Could you give me an answer?
Thank you. I feel the same way. I would love to date you.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I hope that we get along well.
I can't believe this is really happening. I'm so happy.
So that's how we started dating. I was kind of embarrassed to go around telling everyone that I made a girlfriend, so I kept quiet about it. Nobody knows that we're dating still.
Hey, Seiya!
What is it?
A guy from the basketball team asked me out today, but I rejected him.
I was kind of curious, and I was watching you from far away.
A guy from class asked me to hang out with him after school, but I rejected him as well.
Yeah, we're in the same class, so I know about that too. You always reject them, but they just don't give up, do they?
Is that all you have to say?
Is there something you're not happy about?
I was loyal to you as always. I'm a good girl, right? I want you to compliment me for what I did.
You're a good girl.
That's not what I want you to do. I want you to give me a head rub. Why don't you understand that?
Well, you say that like it's an obvious thing to do. It seems like she wants me to give her a head rub. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, this is my reward. Make sure you put all the practice to good use, okay?
Unfortunately, this is my first time rubbing someone's head, so I'm not very experienced at all. However, I couldn't say no, as I knew it would make her happy. You're such a good girl. Come here. Does it feel good? Aw, you're a good girl.
Yeah, it feels so great.
I've never seen you smile like this before. It feels that good? If the guys at school saw Kaoruko in this mode, they'd think that the world is ending or something. We stopped by the cafe that we always went to and completed our assignments while chatting together. Nobody from our school comes here, so we can relax and act like a couple without having to worry. I'm gonna order fries and some Coke.
I want a Coke and a slice of cake.
Okay, I'll go in order. After a little while, a cute cat robot delivered our food to our table.
The fries that you ordered look delicious.
You want to eat some? Go ahead.
Really? Oh, thanks so much.
As she said those words, she opened her mouth and signaled me to feed her. What?
Don't you get it? I want you to feed me.
So you want me to put some fries in your mouth?
That's what feeding means. There's no other meaning to feed, is there?
Fine then. Here you go.
So good.
I'm glad you like it.
I wish that you'd feed me like this every time we eat.
That would be too much for me. Please don't make me do it.
Okay, your turn, Seiya. Here.
Kaoruko? Why are you raising that spoon like that?
It's obvious, isn't it? I'm gonna feed you, so open your mouth.
No, that's way too embarrassing.
You can't say no. You already did it to me, so if I can't do it back to you, it would be unfair.
Damn it. So you've really thought about this, haven't you?
You have to let me feed you. You have no choice.
Fine then. This is so good!
I'm glad you liked it. Now, I'm gonna keep eating with this spoon. We basically kissed indirectly.
Please use a different spoon. I'm glad that she's so lovey-dovey like this, but sometimes I get so surprised because she's so different at school.
A little while later, I, Izumi Kaoruko, was walking towards the library after school, and I saw my boyfriend Seiya in the distance. I attempted to talk to him, but I stopped at the very last moment. I decided to stop as I saw a girl that I didn't know next to him. Who the hell is that person? I had no idea what the two of them were talking about, but they seemed like they were very close. Seiya had never told me that he had any female friends that he was close with till now. That's why I really wanted to figure out who that girl was and why they knew each other. I need to find out who she is. I was so curious that I ended up following them. I didn't want to become a stalker like this. Eventually, the two of them arrived to the corner of the campus where very little people came. They entered a classroom and closed the door. What? I waited for a while, but it didn't seem like they were coming out anytime soon. I snuck up to the entrance of the classroom door and tried to listen in. I could hear some sounds coming from inside, but I couldn't figure out what they were doing. What are the two of them doing inside? Don't tell me that they're... Are they really doing that kind of stuff in there? They seemed to be getting along really well earlier. I started to imagine the worst-case scenario. An attractive guy and an attractive girl entering an empty classroom after school. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, how could you, Seiya? I'm your girlfriend.
After school that day, I was assigned to clean out the storage room along with my fellow school council member called Sasaki. We finally finished cleaning out the storage room, and I bid farewell to Sasaki. I headed out of the school campus. That was so tiring. Huh? Kaoruko? What are you doing here?
You were pretty late leaving today, Seiya.
My girlfriend was waiting for me at the school gate. It looked like she was in a bad mood, but I had no idea why. Kaoruko? She suddenly hugged my arm and wouldn't let go. Her soft breasts touched my body, and I was unable to move.
What are you getting so surprised about? We're a couple, so what I'm doing is very normal.
Wait, but we're still at school. Usually she wouldn't do something like this till we reached the station nearby, where we lived. She was a lot more aggressive than usual.
What's wrong? Are you trying to say that you don't like my body contact?
It's not that I don't like it. I was just surprised because you usually do this when we're far away from school.
It's already been a while since school finished. Most students have gone home already. It's fine.
I guess so, but
I've been faithful to you this entire time, but you couldn't do the same for me.
Huh? Did you say something?
No, I did not.
Karuko? I just thought that she couldn't suppress her lovey-dovey mode today. However, the next day, we were walking back home on the usual route when she suddenly told me she wanted to stop by somewhere. Where are we going?
It's been cold recently, so I want to buy some warm clothes.
I see. Like a scarf?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go to the mall.
We went into a shop that sold casual clothes for teenagers. We went into the ladies' corner, and it was stocked with winter clothing.
Seiya, which one do you like?
To be honest, I have no idea about fashion. I think you should choose what you like.
I guess you're right. Oh, look! I think this would look pretty good on me, right?
After looking around the shop for a while, Kaoruko pointed at a scarf that had a very simple, yet classy design. Yeah, I think it would look great on you.
Right? I think I'm gonna get this. Thank you so much.
We bought the scarf and left the shop.
I'm gonna try it on right now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Whoa, I think it looks great on you. I wasn't just saying it to be nice. The scarf really looked amazing on her.
I'm happy that you complimented me. Here you are, Seiya.
She said those words and walked up to me with the extra part of the scarf in her hand. What do you want me to do?
I want you to come next to me so that we can share this scarf together.
That would be a little too embarrassing, wouldn't it?
What are you talking about? I think that it's a very normal thing for couples to do.
Really?
Yes, really.
I decided to do as she said and started sharing her scarf. Kaoruko is actually pretty stubborn, so she won't give up until I do as she says in these situations. Is this what you wanted me to do?
Yeah. You smell so good as always. I love your smell.
We started walking together, wrapped up in the same scarf. I am home!
Hello, I'm here too.
For some reason, she decided to follow me all the way home. Well, it's not like this is the first time she's come around. However, walking all the way home wrapped up in the same scarf was pretty embarrassing for me. I hope my neighbors didn't see us.
It's been a while since I've come to your room.
I'm sorry that it's a pretty boring room.
It's completely fine. I'm glad there aren't any hints of any other girl coming here.
Of course not. I would never.
I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna borrow your shoulder.
Kaoruko?
What is it? Do you not like my body contact?
That's not what I'm trying to say, however.
Well then, I want you to rub my head too.
While we're in this position?
Yes, that's what I want. If you don't do as I say, it's gonna be very troublesome for you.
Very troublesome.
I'm gonna start crying and screaming.
Yeah, your crying and screaming would indeed be very troublesome for me.
I also won't leave this room at all. I won't even go to use the toilet or the shower.
That is definitely not okay, especially for a girl in high school like you. Okay, then I'll do as you say, princess.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear from you.
She leaned on my shoulder again, and I rubbed her head. She seemed to be very satisfied. I feel like she's acting kind of weird today. In fact, she was acting kind of weird yesterday as well. Hey, Karuko, did something happen recently?
Seiya, are you really not aware of what you've done?
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
You were flirting with a really cute girl.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Stop acting like you don't know what I'm talking about. You entered an empty classroom with a girl after school yesterday.
Oh, are you talking about Sasaki?
I see. So that woman is called Sasaki then. I had no idea that you were so close with a cute girl like her.
It seems like she had seen me with Sasaki when we were doing a job for the student council. I explained to Karuko that Sasaki was a member of the student council I was part of. I also let her know that we were doing a job for the student council together in that classroom. I also let her know that she had a boyfriend on the basketball team. It's true that she's pretty easy to talk to and that we chat from time to time. However, we're not particularly close, and I don't have any romantic feelings towards her at all.
I see. Then why did you not talk to me about her before then?
Well, I didn't think it would be good to talk about another girl in front of my girlfriend.
I see.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I was making you anxious.
I'm also sorry for making an assumption without checking in with you first.
Now that I think about it, Karuko was always the one who initiates body contact. I realized I have to show her that I love her as well. I can see why she was getting anxious. Okay. I made up my mind. Karuko, I love you.
Yeah, what?
I love you so much. There's absolutely no way that I'd fall in love with anyone else.
What?
I told her those words in a very serious tone, and she started to panic and let out a weird sound. Do you understand how I feel about you now?
Yeah. I'm really happy to hear those words from you.
You're always saying things like this to me. Why are you turning red?
Well, it's different when you say it. I don't know why, but I'm getting really embarrassed.
She usually flirts and initiates contact with me and acts like it's very normal. However, as soon as I tell her I love her, she becomes like this. I decided that I'm going to tell her my feelings more often from now on. After we told each other how we really felt about each other, we decided that we'd let everyone know that we're dating. I realized that hiding the fact because I was embarrassed would just make Karuko even more anxious. There's something that we want to tell you all. We've actually been dating for a while.
We're sorry that we've been hiding it from you guys. What?
Seiya! What the hell's going on? You're dating the Ice Queen? I'm so jealous of you, damn it! I can't believe that the Ice Queen would start dating a guy! This has to be a dream! I'm sorry, Kazuma. I have no idea what you meant by the announcement that you made. Could you talk to us in English this time? You guys need to calm down. Also, I've been talking in English this entire time. It seems like the guys in class couldn't accept the reality of me dating her.
Hey, Izumi, how long have you guys been dating for now? I've been dating Seiya since spring. Did you hear that? She called him Seiya. Oh, OMG. How did you guys end up dating? Where did you guys first meet? Well, we both like reading, so we would meet up in the library, and that's how we started to become closer. So, who asked who out? I was the one that asked him out. Oh, no way. You're so cute.
It seems like she's gonna be completely fine. That was when we suddenly made brief eye contact. It looked like she was very relieved now that we had told everyone about our relationship. I'm sorry for taking so long to do this. We can act like a couple while we're at school from now on.
Yeah. Well then.
Ah! She suddenly decided to embrace me, even though we were in front of everyone. I almost lost balance, but managed to somehow keep on standing up.
Oh, I'm so happy for you guys.
Damn it, Saya! I don't know if I should be happy for you guys!
Now we can act like a couple whenever we want now, right? I've been holding myself back for a while, so I'm gonna explode. I'll basically be clinging to you the entire time at school.
Make sure you control yourself.
Saya, I love you.
I love you too. It seems like I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with her at school as well from now on. I'm gonna do my best to show her that I love her from now on.
Mr. Fukuyama, it's time for your shot.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I'm going to be discharged in 1 week. I don't want to go home. My name is Thomas Fukuyama, 25 years old. Due to a certain reason, I was currently hospitalized due to stress-related exhaustion.
Is there something you aren't satisfied with me?
No, that's not the case at all. By the way, this woman is a nurse, Ai Sakuta, who works in this ward. As you can see, she's a beautiful girl, but she's also cold, and if you anger her, she's scary. However, she's really passionate about her job and all the hospitalized patients, and she was really highly regarded for her seriousness.
Well done. What was that long sigh?
Actually, how do I say this? I don't want to be discharged, and I don't want to go home.
Why is that?
Well, something's a little bit hard to say to you, Miss Sakuta.
Is that so? There, it's done.
What? When did you do it?
Please make sure to hold it down firmly.
Yes. She's really good at her job, but she's also so unfriendly. But that's what I like about her. I'd actually developed an appreciation for Miss Sakuta's high professionalism, and so I developed a crush on her. To tell the truth, I was a little bad with women, especially beautiful women. However, Miss Sakuta was never arrogant about her beautiful appearance, and she was passionate about her work, and I liked that about her. I wanted to ask her if she has a boyfriend, but I feel like she would yell at me, so maybe I shouldn't.
Mr. Fukuyama, I like him! Could it be the reason why he doesn't want to leave the hospital because he doesn't want to leave me? Is the reason why it's hard for him to say it to me because he's scared of me knowing how he feels? I would welcome those feelings at any time. To put it frankly, Mr. Fukuyama, I like you. If there was any other reason that he doesn't want to go home, maybe it's because the girlfriend that he's living with at home is a terrible person? But if he has a girlfriend, it would be strange for her to not visit him in the hospital once. If she is the type of person to do something terrible to the person they're dating, then she probably would come to check on his status. Ugh, I just want to ask him if he has a girlfriend or not already. Mr. Fukuyama, I like you!
The reason I didn't want to go home was less about my household, and the reason I lied with my next-door neighbors. Last month, a newlywed couple moved into the apartment next door, but we came here to greet you since we moved in. We're the Yamada couple.
I'm the wife, Uwako.
Oh, nice to meet you. From there, every single night, banging, creaking. Oh yes, they did say they were newlyweds. However, I can't sleep until the morning either. Because of those noises at night, I wasn't able to sleep during the night, and I started getting sick and more frequently, and actually that wasn't the only reason.
My husband is on a business trip and I'm so bored. If you'd like, would you like to drink with me?
No. I'm sleepy, so if you'll excuse me. It was not an oh yes. Whenever her husband was on a business trip, every single night, Miss Owaku would knock on my door like this. In case anything were to happen, I thought that the responsibility would follow me, so I continued to reject her invitations, but... Mr. Fukuyama, this paperwork, please. Wait, Mr. Fukuyama? Oh, yes, I'll take care of it. You need to go to the hospital. Right now. I was no longer able to take the stress from my neighbors and my colleagues, and my boss made me stop working. And then I was rushed to the hospital and told to stay there. That being said, I didn't think I would be healed like this at this hospital. Recently, I can finally sleep through the night, and my health is coming back to normal. I feel a lot better. Once I'm discharged, should I start looking for a new apartment? And so, I was actually really enjoying my hospitalized life, but...
I knew it. Second place would be Kasumi.
No, but there isn't much of a difference from I, see? Hey everyone, what are you talking about?
Oh, Mr. Fukuyama, you want to get involved?
What is this ranking chart?
This is the popularity ranking for the nurses at the hospital.
We passed out a survey to all the male patients and we put it in a chart. How awful. These people must be so bored. My favorite is the second place nurse, but I guess she still can't win against Kanon in the first place.
My favorite nurse is Ai Sakuta, who is in third place. I love how cold she is.
You guys don't think that doing things like this is very nice? If this were found by any of the other nurses...
What are you talking about?
What is that over there?
Shoot! Second and third place are on the chart showed up ridiculously. Bad timing.
What? A nurse popularity ranking chart?
I'm in second place. Yay! You guys. Even you, Mr. Fukuyama.
I swear I wasn't involved in this.
You were just talking about it with them, weren't you?
What do I do? Miss Sakuta's going to think that I'm even worse than these guys. To me, you are definitely number one, Miss Sakuta.
What?
Regardless of rankings, I respect you the most, Miss Sakuta. What I'm trying to say is... I would never do anything that would make you dislike me.
Well then, I believe what you say, Mr. Fukuyama. I'm going to throw away this ranking chart. Please don't cause too much trouble in the hospital rooms. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank goodness. She didn't have any misunderstanding.
Still, the patients sure come up with funny things, don't they?
I like you.
But I guess we couldn't win against Kanon, of course.
Mr. Fukuyama,
I like you. Hey, are you listening?
if I am number one in Mr. Fukuyama's mind, then does that make it a proposal? If it was up to me, I wanted to reply immediately. But I don't want him to think that I'm just an easy girl either. I guess this is where I need to pull back a little bit. Mr. Fukuyama, I like you!
Hello?
What? It's not like I'm thinking about Mr. Fukuyama or anything.
I wasn't asking about Mr. Fukuyama either. What's with that just now? I saw her cheeks flush. I see. So I has a crush on Mr. Fukuyama. In that case...
The next day...
Mr. Fukuyama, it's time for your shot.
Wait, Miss Kurashina? What about Miss Sakuta today?
Apparently, Ai's been really busy today, so she's running a little bit behind.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, thank you. This nurse, well, she had really great communication skills, but she gets a little too close and it makes me a little uncomfortable.
By the way, Mr. Fukuyama, do you have a girlfriend or anything?
What? I mean, no, I don't, but...
Is that so? Well, that's good news.
Good news.
Well then, what kind of girls do you like?
Well, I guess you could say the type of person who knows how to maintain an appropriate distance.
What else? What else? Like, what about their look or their personality?
What about the shot?
Ah, that's right, that's right. Well then, you might feel a little bit of pain.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, hate?
Miss Sakuta, I thought you were running behind. Wait, what? Wait, what? She looks extremely pissed off.
Why? What on earth is going on? Mr. Fukuyama, did you let somebody else give you a shot that wasn't me?
Her eyes are terrifying. No, she was just about to,
Well then, I'll give you the shot. Well then, you might feel a little sharp pain.
Even though Miss Sakuta said that, as usual, it didn't hurt, but after that...
What was that about earlier?
You don't need to be that mad. You said that you were running behind schedule, so all I did was help you out in your place.
But I told you over the phone that I would make it, didn't I? I heard the voice in my room. They sounded like they were having fun. And it's true that Kasumi is in second place on the chart, and she's cute and has good communication skills. But what is he thinking? Putting me off to the side and letting another girl give him a shot?
Hello? Are you listening?
Huh? Wait a minute. Is Mr. Fukuyama the one who's pulling back? Without realizing it, I was completely caught in Mr. Fukuyama's plan. Was he purposely trying to make me jealous so that I would admit my real feelings? So basically, that means that Mr. Fukuyama, I like you. Kasumi, I'm sorry. Also, thank you.
Oh, no problem. But also, I was right, wasn't I?
About what?
You like Mr. Fukuyama, don't you? Well, I asked him all kinds of things for you. Mr. Fukuyama said that he doesn't have a girlfriend.
What?
Also, he says that the type of girl he likes is somebody that can maintain an approachable distance.
Isn't that exactly what people say about me? But in that case, it makes it harder for me to get closer to him. I need to maintain a distance that he would like. But then, how can I express my feelings to him? An old school love letter? Or maybe I just keep sending love rays towards him. No. Or maybe I need to come up with a strategy to get closer to him at once. Kasumi, thank you. I'm going to come up with a strategy to make Mr. Fukuyama fall for me before he is discharged from the hospital stay.
I think all you have to do is just tell him how you feel, but... Oh well, good luck, so that you don't have any regrets.
Mr. Fukuyama, I like you.
And then, finally, the day had arrived. Today had come for me to be discharged from the hospital.
Mr. Fukuyama, take care. Make sure you take all of your medicine.
Yes, thank you very much. Miss Sakuta, I didn't know she was off today. She took really good care of me, so I wanted to thank her. But I don't want to leave. I'm gonna go straight to the real estate agent.
Mr. Fukuyama!
What? Miss Sakuta?
Get in!
What? That's so hot! I fell into the momentum and I got into Miss Sakuta's car, but to my shock, I was brought straight to Miss Sakuta's apartment. Why am I here at your apartment?
Mr. Fukuyama, there's a reason why you don't go home, right?
Yes, well...
In that case, this is part of your aftercare.
What exactly does that mean?
if your house is the reason for your stress, then even if you were to go home, you would probably repeatedly be in and out of the hospital.
Well, that's true. As I was on my way home, I already could feel the stress coming back.
That's right. That's why, until your heart calms down, please stay at my place.
So you mean we're going to be roommates?
Yes, it means that we're going to be living together.
Are you sure you know what you're saying?
Let's not worry too much about the details.
Excuse me?
But please, don't get the wrong idea. It's not like you or anything.
Why is she blushing? And she just stuttered? Well, Miss Sakuta is a serious person, so I guess I can trust her. Well then, for a while, I guess I'll be staying with you.
Yeah. I mean, no, yes. I'll take good care of your recovery.
Every single one of her reactions is cute. And so, I was going to be living with Miss Sakuta at her place.
Well then, why don't we decide the rules if we're going to be living together now?
Okay, since you're going to be taking care of me, I'll do all the chores around the house. Okay?
Are you trying to take away my happiness?
What? That's not what I said.
I'm going to do all the chores, so you need to stay calm and laze around.
Sure?
Also, anytime we talk to each other, let's use our first names. I'm going to call you... Sorry, I stuttered. I'm going to call you Thomas, so...
Well then, I'll call you I. Is that okay? What's wrong?
Just wait a minute, please. It's too much to handle, and...
Too much to handle?
I'm very sorry, but I wanted to get used to it. So please call me I 10 times in a row.
I.
I can't do it. I'm so happy I'm going to melt. Every single time he says I, all I can hear is like...
Are you okay?
Please, go easy on me.
About what? After that, we talked about smaller details and rules, and basically all I needed to do was follow Ai's instructions. This, in itself, was pretty easy, and I felt that she was being pretty thoughtful about me. And then, come around the time 1 week had passed of living together. Dinner was delicious again today.
Is that so?
Thanks to all of your protein-filled dishes and all the vegetables, I've been able to get a lot of work done at the office and at the gym training.
Huh. This is weird. Why isn't he coming on to me? Normally, for a guy and a girl to live under the same roof together, it should be a welcome on to me, oh yes. And I thought I put a pretty cute outfit on today, too. Should be perfect. Maybe Thomas is the type that's... But at this rate, then...
Be quiet, calm down, stop that! Calm down, this monster inside of me. However, I is too attractive, and this isn't good. Even today, her outfit is really cute, and I can't release it all just at work and the gym. At this rate, it's not good.
At this rate, it's not good. I need to somehow tell him how I feel.
Stop it. Don't mistake lust for love, you idiot. But it looks like one of these days, those two are just gonna be the same. At the moment, the two of us were thinking the same thing, although in completely different vectors. And, well, in this way...
So anyway, it's fine that we're living together. But Thomas is just so distant, and...
In that case, why don't you tell him how you feel and come on strong?
What?
Well then, why don't you borrow the strength of alcohol? You know, you get a little bit tipsy, and then...
Anyway, it's fine that we're sharing a room together, but I feel like I'm going to turn into a monster someday.
You know, she might be the one that's trying to invite you in.
No, but
Why don't you borrow the strength of alcohol then? You know, then she might tell you how she really feels.
And then that night, after thinking about it way too much, we decided to drink. Together. After dinner.
Now that I think about it, this is our first time drinking together, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually can't drink very much.
Oh, really?
You seem like you can drink, though, I.
You're so fluffy. This is fun.
Wait, what? This is only your first drink?
I'm feeling so warm and fuzzy inside.
I was not expecting things to turn out this way.
Hey, Thomas, tell me, do you like me?
What? Oh, yes. And in a friend kind of way, but...
What? I wanted you to man up and say that you liked me. Like me.
Oh, this isn't good. That monster inside of me is about to say hello.
Well, I guess I should say I like you, Thomas. But also, I just want to be with you all the time, forever.
you're just saying that because of the alcohol, aren't you?
What? Please don't say that like I'm an alcoholic.
No, but you are drunk.
That's so mean.
What?
Even though we're living together, you're not interested in me, are you?
I am! Yes, I am! Of course I am!
Well then, from now on, with me.
Wait, you're already asleep?
Thomas, I like you.
Is she just drunk? Well, no. If this is how she really feels, then I'm happy, but... The next morning...
Huh? When did I fall asleep? Not only that, I don't have any memory. I wonder if I said anything weird because I got drunk. That's right. What about Thomas? He must have carried me all the way over here and then fallen asleep. That was very chivalrous of him, but I wish he had a little bit more interest in me. But I can't help it. I really do like him. Thomas may not remember it, but we actually went to the same high school. I always watched Thomas from afar, and I always liked him. But at the time, I was so plain and lame, and I couldn't even like myself. In the end, I was never able to ask him out. And then we graduated, and I went straight to nursing school. But I was shocked when he came into the hospital I was working at by coincidence. It may be wrong to say this, but I thought that it might be fate. But fate alone isn't enough. I don't know how I'm supposed to work hard at this. I'm going to do my best so that someday you'll turn around and look at me. Okay?
You don't need to work that hard.
What? What? You were awake?
Yes, I woke up just a second ago.
Well then, everything I said.
I heard it all. I'm sorry. But I was finally able to hear how you feel. And I'm glad. Of course my answer is yes. From here on out, I'm going to be the one to work hard so that you like me more. That's why will you please? Wait, what's the matter?
My heart is about to explode.
Wait a minute, please, I'll call the ambulance right now.
I can't do this anymore. I'm too happy.
And, well, all kinds of things happened. But I ended up in a relationship, and we continued to live together. I started to soften more and more. She got closer to me. She was so cute I could barely handle it.
Thomas, how about one more?
Okay. Then just one more. For the record, as for my next-door neighbor, while I was away, apparently they moved. The fact that there was yellow and blue tape everywhere, that's what it must mean. I didn't ask the details of why or how they moved, but I'm sure they are still living as happily newlywed couple. Somewhere, I think.
I want to leave. My name is Shun Kazehaya. People often tell me it's a cool name. Today, I was forced to participate in a group date because they didn't have enough guys. But as you can see, I'm left alone. But I prefer to be alone in the first place anyway. If I had it my way, I would have bought the manga that was released today, and I'd be relaxing and enjoying it.
Hey, Shun, are you having a good time?
Oh hey, Yui. This was Yui Kagoshima. We went to the same high school, and as my senior, she always looked after me when I was by myself. I was at the group date today because Yui invited me, since she said I needed to socialize more now that I was in college. I'm sorry, even though you went out of your way to invite me. It looks like I actually prefer to be by myself after all.
I see. Well, even still, it's good to breathe some outside air from time to time.
You're right. This is good for me to learn social skills too. Well, as I expected, it was enough for me to know that I'm not needed in places like this. Hey, Missy Miyama, if you'd like, why don't you talk with us? Should I order you a drink? What do you want to drink? Oh, that must be the Ice Queen. At that moment, briefly, a woman caught my eye. Orihime Himeyama. Not long after she entered college, she instantly became famous for her beautiful looks. However, she didn't have any interest in relationships, and it seemed that she had the type of personality that didn't want to interact with people. Because she was always quite cold to people, she started to gain the nickname around campus of the Ice Queen. Now that I think about it, Himeyama has been alone this whole time too. And even when anybody invites her, she just rejects them straight away. And she's not drinking alcohol either. She's as cold as they say in the rumors. I do feel a sense of connection with her in some way, but I guess she and I have different reasons for being alone.
Oh, that reminds me, Shun, I actually have a favor to ask you.
Oh? What is it?
You don't have a girlfriend, do you?
Do you think I have a girlfriend?
If you don't have one, okay. Plus, you're a really good guy, right, Shun?
Sure.
Actually, Orihime Himeyama, that's sitting over there, is my childhood friend.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I also invited her to today's group date, but it seems that she still can't get along with everyone, and she's trying to leave already. But it would leave a bad impression if she just suddenly left the group, right? I mean, look at her. It seems that way anyway.
That's true. Her cold aura is completely showing.
That's why, if it's possible, I wanted to ask you, can you just pretend like you and Orihime became a couple here and leave the group date together?
What?
She seriously wants to leave, and because I'm the one that invited her in the first place, I want to make it as easy for her as possible. I'm seriously sorry to ask this. I know it's a tough ask, but please.
No way. There's no way I could do that.
Please, I've already spoken to her about the plan too. You can just talk to her for a few minutes and make it seem like you like each other and then leave the group date together.
But I'm a loser. This is a really difficult favor for me. But Yui has always been the one person who's nice to me, so I do want to help her if I can. And plus, I want to leave this group anyway. Alright, I understand.
Really? Oh, thank you so much.
And so, I was left having to play the role of becoming a fake couple with the Ice Queen. First I need to go sit next to her. And I just need to talk to her a little bit, right? Hello. Can I sit next to you?
Go ahead.
Oh, thank goodness. It looks like she knows what's going on. Hey, somebody just sat next to Miss Himiyama! Are you serious? How did they get the okay from Miss Himiyama? How the hell did he do that? Everybody's so quick to react. Anyway, I need to somehow show everybody that we're getting along well. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Himiyama?
Books.
Oh, so you like books. What are you reading recently? The conversation's already over? Even after that, I scrapped my brain to try to start all kinds of conversations, but not one topic would last more than a minute. Actually, when I was in high school, I was on the track and field team. I can't go back and forth in the conversation at all. She's not throwing anything back at all.
Yeah, that's right. Shun was on the track and field team.
And there she is. Yui caught the ball for me. Oh yes, that's right. After that, Yui jumped into the conversation, and she was also trying her best to make it exciting. But time kept passing, and I was pretty much unable to have any conversation with Miss Himiyama herself. Well then, excuse me, Miss Himiyama and I will be leaving now.
Oh my, did a couple form? Oh, congratulations.
But those two, were they really getting that close? No, but it looks like they're about to go to a different place together, so either way, I'm jealous! And so, even though it was a little bit forced, Miss Himiyama and I succeeded in getting out of the group date. That was exhausting. I'm glad it somehow went well. I guess that's the end of it. So I'll leave around here. Oh, actually, should I walk you halfway?
I'm fine, thanks.
She was cold until the very end, but in the end, I wasn't able to make any conversation with her. I'm a loser with loser communication skills. Well, whatever. Anyway, my job here is done. I was able to come home a lot earlier than I thought, so I'm gonna buy that manga on my way home. From there, in order to sober up, I took a short walk and headed towards my favorite anime shop. Well then, the newly released volume should be here. What? Miss Himiyama? Why is she here? Did she just laugh? What is this? Her eyes are sparkling, and she has a cute face on. She's a completely different person from the group date earlier. Her face is glowing. She's so focused on the manga that she hasn't even noticed me standing next to her.
I'm so excited. Well then, I need to hurry up and go home and so I can read this at home. Wait,
yeah, I just saw you earlier. Yeah, well then, I'll leave now.
Wait a minute. Did you see?
No, I didn't see. I saw nothing.
You definitely saw, didn't you?
No, if I did, I think it's fine. I can't help but to smile when I have my favorite manga in my hands either.
You're going to tell everybody about what you just saw, aren't you?
No, I would never do such a thing. Please don't cry! After that, Himiyama and I were sitting down on the swings at a nearby park.
I am really shy. but I know that I need to socialize more, and that's why Yui forced me to join the group date and brought me there. But I'm just so bad at talking to people.
So this is the true nature of the Ice Queen. I didn't think that she was just shy. I feel like we have more in common.
But really, my plan for today was to buy this manga that was released today and to read it straight away. I didn't want to go to a group date. What's so wrong with spending time by myself?
Miss Himiyama, I really understand how you feel.
What?
I was thinking the exact same thing. And that manga's great, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? The group date is just a waste of time. Being alone is the best.
Exactly. There's no happiness that can win against relaxing at home and reading my favorite manga.
That's an amazing response.
To be honest, this is the first time I've met somebody that understands me this much.
Me too. This is the first time I've had such a fun conversation.
If you like, should we just talk about it? About our favorite mangas?
Are you sure that's okay?
Of course!
Yay!
And so, Miss Himiyama and I began talking about the mangas that we like. And that was an extremely fun time. It's getting late. Are you okay?
What? Oh, it's already this late? Ugh, no way. How did time fly by so quickly?
I know. If you'd like, I can walk you home. I don't think it would be good to let a woman walk alone at this time of night.
Thank you very much. Well then, if you don't mind.
This is huge! Wait, is your house a famous household or something around here?
Oh, yes, it seems like that's the case.
I had no idea that Himiyama's family was wealthy. That's amazing. It almost looks like a samurai house.
Well, then, thank you very much for walking me home.
Oh, I should be thanking you. I had fun talking about the manga that I love.
Me too. If it's okay with you, let's talk about it again sometime.
Yes, that would be great. Well then, good night. I never could have imagined that things would turn out like this. The Ice Queen was actually just a shy girl who loves mangas. Way too much happened on my first group date, but it was fun. I think this is the first time I've ever had that much fun talking to somebody. I walked down the moonlit street alone, and when I looked up at the moon floating in the sky, it was really beautiful. A few days after that, I was invited over to Miss Himiyama's house. Through Yui, she asked me to please go and hang out with Orihime, so I was here. I didn't expect to come here again, and not only that, but this time, I'm going inside. I've always lived my life as a loser, so I've never gone into a girl's room before. To be honest, this feels like a big wall to climb, but I'm already here, so I guess I have to go in.
Welcome, Shun. Thank you for coming.
Oh, hey, Yui.
I'm sorry for the sudden request. Come on in. Orihime's in her room.
Thank you.
Orihime, Shun is here for you. Actually, will you please have him leave? What? What are you saying now? Come on, I'm gonna open the door. No!
Whoa! When I looked at Miss Himiyama's room, I couldn't help but to let out my voice. That's because Miss Himiyama's room was full of anime girls. It was an anime nerd room. This is an amazing bedroom.
What? See, I told you it would be fine, didn't I? Because Shun also loves manga and anime.
Yes, my room looks like this.
Really?
Yes, if anything, this is what I think a normal bedroom looks like.
I know, right? There are a lot of things I'd like to say, but you both seem happy, so I'll leave it. You know, I've been thinking this for some time now, that the two of you might get along. I thought about pulling you guys together someday. That's none of your business. I'm enjoying my life by myself. This is what they call sisterly love. It's fine for you to enjoy being by yourself, but I want to teach you other ways to enjoy life too. Whatever.
Miss Himiyama was seriously a completely different person from college. This must be the real her.
Anyway, I'll let you two enjoy now. Wait, Yui! I have plans with my other friends after this, so I'll leave the rest to you, Shun.
Sure.
Uh,
Is this a system overload for her and she can't process it? Is her shyness taking over? I need to step in and do something. Oh wow! You have every volume of Shingeki Lovers from start to finish!
Yes, because I like it, so...
This manga's great, isn't it?
It really is. I also love this one. Even in the devastation, they don't lose hope, and the main characters continue to fight. They're so strong and passionate, it's moving. Oh, did you watch the anime version? I mean, it was an incredible work, and the quality was so high that time flew by in an instant. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm being a classic nerd and talking at you and rambling on about the anime. I'm so sorry.
Not at all, it's fine. But also, I totally get it. I can tell that you really love this manga, and that makes me happy.
Thank you very much. You're the first person I've met that says that without being freaked out by me.
If it's me, you can talk about mangas and anime as much as you want, so keep it coming.
Also, I'm sorry to suddenly ask you to come over like this.
Not at all. I was also hoping we could get to talk again, so I'm glad.
If you'd like, would you like to play this game together?
Sure, sounds great. But I've played that game quite a lot, so I'm pretty strong.
I can say the same. I'm strong too. You better watch out.
Well then, let's see if it's true. From that day forward, Miss Himiyama and I started to hang out from time to time. And our conversations were, of course, about our favorite manga, anime, and games. To be able to talk so freely about something that I liked with somebody was a really fun time. I never imagined that as a loser who loves to be alone, I would be able to enjoy spending time with someone like this. I don't think me a few weeks ago could have imagined this. And then, there was one more large change.
I was able to buy the limited edition convenience store collab item.
Finding things like this is super fun, isn't it?
Maru on the front of the candy wrapper is so cute. Oh, if you'd like, have one of the cookies.
Oh yes, thanks.
It's so good, isn't it?
It is. Miss Himiyama is so cute when she gets excited like this. It really is the little things like this. I can't help it, but I like Miss Himiyama. How lame of me.
Hey, Shun. Thank you for hanging out with me again today.
You're welcome.
I'm really glad I was able to meet you, Shun. Every day is so fun.
I'm happy to hear that. Her smile was truly blinding, and I was left wondering what to do with this crush that I had developed without expecting it.
That night, I was telling Yui what happened during the day. And then Shun, when he got the card that he wanted, he got so excited, like a little kid. I didn't say it out loud, but he was like a little boy, and it was super cute. What's the matter, Yui? Well, I was just thinking that lately all you do is talk about Shun. That's not true. Are you sure about that? Do you have fun when you're with Shun? Yeah, it's fine. You don't need to hide it, Orihime. I already know. You like Shun, don't you? Your cheeks are red. Oh, sheesh, you're so cute. Don't tease me like that. So, what is it that you like about him? Well, that's how nice he is, and how much fun I have when I'm with him. Also, he is super handsome, and sometimes he's cute. You're totally in love! I'm not in love. Well then, why don't you ask him out? There's no way I could do that. If he rejected me, I'll never be able to get back on my feet. No, I am 100% sure you'd be fine. You guys are totally in love with each other. But plus, I don't have any confidence. I've always been somebody that likes to be alone, and because I'm so shy with zero social skills, everybody in college calls me the Ice Queen. If somebody like me goes out with Shun and I disappoint him, I'm too scared. What are you saying? You're beautiful and amazing. There, I understand. You can go at your own pace. Good luck. Don't treat me like a little kid.
Well, I shouldn't get involved and just hope for the best for them. When the time comes, I'm sure Shun will do the right thing. That's what I thought at the time, but... Oh, Shun. Hello.
Miss Himiyama. Hello.
Huh? For some reason, as the days went on, the two of them were no longer able to make eye contact. And by the time I realized it, they started passing each other without even saying a word to each other. Why? Orihime, you haven't been hanging out with Shun lately. What happened?
What? What do you mean? It's just a coincidence.
Shun, you haven't been hanging out with Orihime lately. But what happened?
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that our schedules weren't matching up.
Even after that, for some reason, the two of them were becoming more and more estranged. Even though they had become so close, they were trying to go back to before it all began. What are those two doing? Although, I think I have a pretty good idea. They both like each other too much, and they're both overthinking it. But at this rate, I feel like it's going to self-destruct if I don't do something. Hey, Orihime, seriously, what's the matter? It's pretty obvious that you've been avoiding Shun.
I'm not avoiding him. I'm not avoiding him. But it seems that Shun also doesn't want to see me, so why does it matter?
This girl. This is the first person you've ever liked before, right? What are you going to do if you just become estranged like this?
When that happens, there's nothing I can do about it. Even though it would make me sad, because maybe he already hates me.
Hey, Shun, why are you avoiding Orihime these days?
What? No, I'm not avoiding her. But you see, it seems like Miss Himiyama doesn't want to see me either. So I thought that maybe she hated me or something.
You two are way too similar. You're even eye to eye when you shouldn't be. You're both such a pain.
What? What do you mean?
I'm going to ask you straight up, but you like Orihime, don't you?
What? How do you know that?
I've never seen an answer more obvious. If you like her, then you shouldn't be avoiding her.
But I'm not confident. I've always liked being alone, and I've also never dated a girl before. So even if someone like me were able to go out with Miss Himiyama, I'm worried it wouldn't go well.
What are you saying? When you're 100% a perfect match? Goodness, you both think way too much alike that I'm even more shocked.
Huh?
You need to pull it together. You're a man. You're kind and you're thoughtful, and more than anything, I don't know anybody else that's ever been able to make Orihime smile like that.
Yui.
Man up! Is the main character of your favorite manga the type of guy to run away from the girl that he likes?
Yui, thank you so much. I don't really know, but I feel like you gave me some courage.
All right. Now you need to invite Orihime on a date. Right now.
Got it. And so, I immediately called Miss Himiyama and asked her out on a date. And so, the day of the date, it was my first time seeing Miss Himiyama in a while, and she was unbelievably beautiful. I really am in love with her, aren't I? Long time no see.
Oh, long time no see.
Thank you for coming here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, then, shall we get going? Is there anywhere that you want to go?
If it's okay with you, should we both say where we want to go? On the count of 3?
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Anime shop!
Shop! Hey, Shun, look at the cover of this book. It's super cute.
You're right. I want that.
Oh, and this one's cute too. I don't know which one to get.
Thank goodness. We're able to talk like we used to before, and it's always fun when I'm with her. Miss Himiyama, I'm sorry.
What?
Before I knew it, you had become a really important person to me, and when I realized that, I started getting scared that I was no match for you, and I was running away. But actually, I know now, more than ever, that I always want to be with you, Himiyama. I want to keep hanging out with you and spending this amazing time with you. What I'm trying to say is that I like you. If you'd like, will you please go out with me? Wait, I'm sorry. I can't believe I just asked you on a place like this.
I also like you.
Huh?
I also like you, Shun. And I want to talk about manga and anime with you, together.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I should be thanking you. I look forward to being your girlfriend.
And so, Miss Himiyama and I went from being two loners to becoming a couple.
Congrats, both of you. Goodness, I'm so happy.
Thank you for everything, Yui.
Thank you, Yui. You don't need to thank me, as long as you two are happy. So, both of you, isn't it more fun to be with somebody than to be alone? No, it doesn't change how much I like to be alone. That was way too quick. Why are you harmonizing?
I do like being alone, and from now on, it's not going to change that I'm going to treasure my time alone. But right now, I like Orihime more than anything.
Me too. I like my time alone, but right now I like Shun more than anything. You two really are so similar, both of you. No, not that much. Like I said, stop harmonizing. I know you did that on purpose. You got along too much. Here, Shun, say ah.
Thank you. And today was another day that Orihime and I were spending together in a room full of anime nerd things. We read our favorite manga and watch our favorite anime and relax. Sometimes, we just sit there without saying a word to each other and read. But because we both understand each other, even that time is the most comfortable. Even when we're in the same room and don't say a word to each other.
Hey, Shun.
Yeah? What?
I love you.
Me too. So today was another day where we like our time alone, but also like our time together. And we tell each other that we love one another. Good morning!
Oh, good morning. You're up bright and early, huh?
I could say the same for you, eh?
Oh, please. You make it sound like I'm an elementary schooler.
Of course not. I wanted to compliment you. You even did up your makeup perfectly and everything.
Well, I'm not a child anymore. I can't just look cute without doing anything. Now that I'm at this age, I need makeup, or no one will ever look twice at me.
That's not true. You're a very beautiful woman.
Oh, you're such a charmer. You've never seen me without makeup, though.
I guess that's true. I'm just a convenience store worker. So most of the people I see here at least make some effort to clean up before they come.
Yeah, well... You want to know a secret, Takeo?
What is it?
The reason I rub my sleepy eyes and put on a full face of makeup so early is because I want to look cute just for you.
Now who's being a charmer?
You're right. I'm just kidding.
You almost had me for a second.
Well, I'm half kidding, but that means I'm half serious too.
Yeah.
Aw, don't pout.
Anyway, is this your breakfast or is it lunch? You certainly bought a lot.
It's both.
I don't mean to sound rude, but this stuff isn't the best for you. You should prioritize your health more.
If I cared about that stuff, I wouldn't be buying meals from the convenience store all the time, now would I?
I guess so.
Aw, are you worried about me? You're so sweet to be thinking about my body like that.
Of course I'm worried.
Oh.
I don't want to hear that you collapsed somewhere without me knowing.
Oh, fine. I guess if my favorite cashier is gonna be so concerned about me, I should probably think about my well-being at least a little bit. Hold on while I pick out a salad.
Thank you.
Look at you upselling me so well, you cheeky salesman, you.
Maybe that accounts for 10% or so, but the rest really is genuine concern.
You dog. Is this revenge for my joke before?
Maybe. Hey, A?
Yes, what's up?
Have a good day at work.
Thanks. You too, Takeo.
I'm actually just finishing up a night shift, so I'm about to go home and get to bed.
Oh yeah? Well, have a good night then.
Thank you. See you next time. Once I got to college, I decided to start working part-time at a local convenience store. That previous customer only introduced herself as A. She never even gave me her real name. She must have lived around here because she often would stop by on the way to and from work. She came here a lot. In short, she was a regular. She was so beautiful, I always noticed her, and I guess she recognized me too. The two of us were close enough to make passing conversation at the register sometimes. It wasn't a stretch to say that she was one of the reasons I enjoyed this job so much. And there was one other thing that I was secretly proud of. I had a feeling that she always waited to line up until I was behind the counter. At least, I thought so. Of course, that was just a hunch. I was probably wrong about it. But just the idea alone was more than enough to cheer me up. One night... Hey Takeo, do you think you could take care of the cleaning? Sure, I'll handle it right away. Thank you. Alright, I'm on it.
Oh, look at you. Hard at work as usual. Keep it up.
Oh, hi, A.
Hi there.
Welcome again. Are you on your way home from work?
That's right. Tonight, I want to have a snack and get super drunk.
Are you sure you should be doing something like that?
If you can't have a drink and enjoy life once in a while, what's the point?
You don't really have any big hopes and dreams, huh?
Unfortunately, I don't have time for that. I'm already an adult.
If you're just gonna buy fried stuff, at least get a salad or something to go along with it. And maybe you should get some mineral water to avoid a hangover. It's important to stay hydrated, you know.
Okay.
You have to be careful, especially with the high alcohol percent stuff.
I know, it's not like I get drunk all the time for fun.
Unfortunately, sometimes people just never learn. No matter how many times they go too hard, they just keep doing it.
For a college student, you certainly seem to have the answers to everything, don't you?
Well, in college, there's nothing else to do but party and drink all the time, right? And for some reason, I'm always the one that has to clean up after the people that go overboard.
I know why. It's because you just seem like someone who can do the job. You're a thoughtful guy.
Well, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. No one wants to be with a nice, boring guy like me. It's not funny!
Yeah, sorry. But I happen to really love thoughtful and nice boys like you.
What?
Sorry, you can't hear that from someone your age. You're stuck getting it from an old woman like me.
You're not an old woman at all. Don't say that. You look as young as anyone else on my campus.
See? That's exactly what you need to say. Have some more faith in yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And also, Hey, your face seems a bit flushed.
Huh?
Oh, did you get embarrassed from that? You really are inexperienced.
That's not it at all. I've just been feeling a bit hot since this morning.
Really? Sorry about this.
Oh, what do you think you're doing?
Yikes! Hey, your forehead is burning up.
What?
Have you taken your temperature?
No.
You dummy! You absolutely got a fever. You need to take the rest of the day off.
But I can't just leave in the middle of my shift.
Ugh, you're way too serious. Excuse me, sir.
Yes? What is it, Anna?
This kid has a fever.
What? Really?
You should definitely take the rest of the day off, right?
Yes, of course.
Come on, you're coming with me. Hurry up and get ready.
For what?
You live alone, right? Let me take you back home.
I can't let you do that. That's way too much trouble.
Don't argue with me. You're the one who's sick here. Now hurry up.
Now that I finally noticed it, I feel really weak all of a sudden.
And you thought you could work through that?
But who's gonna fill my shift on such short notice?
That's not your place to worry about. You have to focus about your own health. It's the manager's responsibility to deal with everything else, not yours. Have some faith in your boss.
You're right. Oh crap, I should have at least bought something to drink back at the store.
Don't worry about that. I took care of it while you were changing. I got you some sports drinks, gelatin, and microwave porridge, and some dried plums, and some cough drops, and some ice cream. 3 days worth, even.
You really didn't have to go that far for me.
Of course I did. If you don't get better soon, it's bad for me.
How so? Why would that be a problem for you?
Because I can't focus at all at work if I don't see your face first.
Oh really? Then I guess I'd better hurry up and get well soon.
Now you get it.
There's my apartment. It's the corner room on the first floor.
Okay.
Thank you so much for all this, really. I changed into my pajamas and quickly headed up in bed. And while I was doing that, A did some light touching up of my apartment. Normally, I'd never let a girl into my place without cleaning up first, especially not A. But in my dizzy, half-conscious state, I couldn't even think about that. As I slipped under the covers, I only felt more feverish. It felt like sweat was dripping from every pore in my body. My fever was rising, my breaths felt so hot they could probably cause third-degree burns.
Do you have an appetite?
I'm not hungry at all.
But you have to eat something.
It's fine. I ate before I left for work today.
That's good at least.
It's not exactly the same, but I guess I am pretty thirsty.
How about a sports drink?
Sure, thank you.
Here you go. Drink up. So, how are you feeling?
I think I'm okay. I just feel kind of weird.
Where does it hurt?
Oh, that's not what I meant. I just live alone, so it's strange to have someone else around, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
But it's pretty reassuring to have another person here to help sometimes.
Yeah, I bet everyone who has to play the drunk parent role thinks the same thing.
Maybe you're right.
I know I am. Anyway, you should get some more sleep.
Yeah, but hey, eh?
What's up?
No, never mind.
Don't worry. I'll be right here by your side until you drift into slumberland.
You see right through me, huh?
It's hard not to when it's written on your face like you're a lost child.
Was I really making a face like that?
Yup, it's like you're just begging to be spoiled.
Dang.
Do you need me to sing you a lullaby too?
No thanks.
You sure? Because I'll do it. I feel like I'm finally repaying you for everything you've done.
Repaying me?
Never mind.
That only makes me more curious, though.
It's not important anymore.
But,
You really want to know that bad?
yeah, if you'll tell me.
Fine, I'll talk about it when you're all better.
You promise?
I solemnly swear.
Good. Then I'll try to be back to 100% as soon as possible.
Yeah, I know I can count on you.
Slowly but surely, my consciousness was starting to drift away. My eyes felt so heavy I couldn't even open them anymore, and my vision became clouded and dark.
Sweet dreams, Takeo.
I wanted to respond, but I couldn't find the strength to even move my mouth. Soon, I was fully asleep. As soon as I was out, my consciousness melted into a fever dream. Everything was white as far as the eye could see, except for me and A. In that dream world, she and I were slowly walking while holding hands.
Hey, Takeo.
Yeah?
Thank you.
I should be the one thanking you, though.
Not after everything you've done for me. You saved me, you know?
I don't remember anything like that.
Maybe you don't remember, but I really do feel like I can keep living because of you. So, thank you.
I woke up after that. My shirt was soaked with gross, cold sweat. But I felt like the heaviness from yesterday was gone, and I could move and think again. I scanned the room, but A was nowhere to be found. After a couple days of bed rest, I returned to work. You could have taken more time off, you know. It's fine. I feel perfectly healthy now. Ah, youth. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? I won't. If you do, Anna will get mad at me again. What do you mean? Well, you know, she told me to look after the health of my employees better. Sorry about that. No, it's not your fault at all. Just tell me sooner next time, okay? For both our sakes. I will.
Oh hey, now there's a familiar hardworking face. How are you feeling?
Hi, A. I'm much better now.
You certainly look like it.
Thanks for everything you did for me the other day.
Don't mention it.
Are you coming home from work?
You know it, and I'm ready to crush a can of hard liquor.
You take it easy too, okay?
Of course, I know my limits.
If you say so.
I do say so. If you're that worried, why don't you just come and drink with me? Just kidding.
Can I?
Huh?
I'd love to spend more time with you.
You really mean it?
I need to thank you for before, and there's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
We made a promise, remember? You said you'd tell me about what you were thinking about before.
I was hoping you'd forget about that.
Sorry, but no.
All right. What time do you get off work today?
10 minutes from now.
Good thing. I'll do some shopping in the meantime then.
Soon, we arrived back at my place, and we were starting our little party for two with the drinks and snacks we bought from the convenience store. Based on everything A said, I thought she'd be able to hold her liquor better. But after one can of the hard stuff, she was already pretty far gone. Her eyes were glazed over, and her expression was vacant, and she was starting to slur her words just a bit.
What are you staring at?
Nothing, it's just, you can't hold your liquor at all.
So, what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
I like it, and that's the important thing.
You're completely drunk. Here, have some water.
Okay, thanks.
I had a dream that night, you know?
You did?
Yeah, you were in it, and you were thanking me for some reason.
Oh yeah? Even in your dreams, I'm thankful for you, huh? What a good boy you are. You work so hard.
What did I do to you that touched your heart so much?
You really want to know?
The curiosity's killing me.
It all started exactly when you began working at the convenience store.
Okay.
At that time, I was losing my mind from everything happening at work. I was in a bad place.
Really?
Every day I was working myself to the bone. I'd wake up and pray that a meteorite would crash into my office so I wouldn't have to go in. Obviously, that never happened. Every day was exactly the same as the one before.
What was so bad that was causing you to get so stressed?
My direct supervisor couldn't do his job at all, and every time he made a mistake, I was the one who had to take the fall. I tried as hard as I could to cover for him, but it was impossible, and no one else was willing to help me out or even stick up for me. I really did want to help out, but it was like nobody was recognizing all the work I was putting in. And then I saw the kid at the convenience store, and he was the only one who bothered to care about me.
You mean me?
Yep. I must have had a dreadful expression on my face, and suddenly you asked me how I was doing. I remember you told me not to work too hard and to get rest as soon as I could.
That's all it took?
Yeah, just casual small talk that I'm sure you don't even remember. But I was so happy that anyone cared for me that much. I wanted to cry right then and there. In that moment, I was so lonely, and you actually bothered to take the time to look up and see me. Knowing that there was just one person in the world like that was such a relief.
So, did you do something at work?
Yep, I quit the very next day and instantly found something better. It's amazing how quickly my life improved. I actually get to leave on time and my salary's higher now, too.
That's great.
And it's all thanks to you. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you weren't there to say that to me that day. I don't think I would have had the strength to crawl away from the nightmare and find something new. You're my savior. So I have to keep thanking you even today. Seeing your smile and talking to you every day still gives me the strength to go on.
I feel the same way.
When you say that, you mean...
Every time I see you, I feel more motivated to keep going.
Really? It almost sounded like you were about to ask me out just now. That's so embarrassing.
I was about to ask you out.
What?
Once I got better, I decided I was going to tell you. I mean, I even liked you enough to have a dream about you.
But I'm an old woman. You don't want someone like me, right?
I told you before, didn't I? You're not old, you're young and beautiful. So much that you make everyone's head turn in surprise. But you don't want to hear this stuff from a kid like me, do you?
No, I don't mind at all.
Then, our fingers entangled with each other. There was no need for words anymore. Soon it was night, and then morning came. A day passed, and it was evening again.
Hey, Take! Working hard as always, huh?
Hi, Anna. I'm just doing my job.
You certainly are.
No alcohol today?
Nope, my boyfriend found out what a lightweight I am and told me to stop.
Well, it's fine when I'm around.
Nah, it's just easier for me to quit entirely. I get sleepy when I drink.
But you like that, don't you?
I guess, but these days, I don't want to fall asleep so quickly. I don't want my boyfriend to get so lonely after all.
Wow, he sounds like a lucky guy.
You can say that again.
By the way, I'm off in 5 minutes.
Got it. I'll meet you in the usual place.
I finished up, got changed as quickly as I could, and wandered out in front of the store. And sure enough, my girlfriend was waiting there for me.
Did you have a good day at work, baby?
Yep, how about you, baby?
Thanks to you. Should we head home?
Ready when you are.
Can we hold hands?
Of course.
Your hands are so big.
Really? I never thought so.
It's fine. I like that.
And I like how small and cute your hands are, too.
Thanks.
The two of us began walking. Did anything interesting happen at work today?
Like what?
Well, you were telling me about that difficult project they put you in charge of, right?
Oh, that? Yeah, it's going well.
That's good.
Are you worried about me? It's fine. Everyone in my new place is so nice. And more than that, I have someone by my side who I know will always be there for me.
I looked at Anna standing next to me, and she gave me a great big smile. She seemed happier than ever, and I felt proud that I could be right next to her to support her.
I have a younger stepsister that I've been living with for 10 years now. I'm home.
Welcome home. Mom said to heat up your own dinner in the microwave.
Sure. Got it. Ever since middle school, our conversations became less and less, and recently, our relationship was completely, how shall we say, frozen over. Instead of a conversation, it's more like the bare minimum exchange of information. Well, I guess this is what siblings are like at the end of the day. When we were younger, I thought we used to play together a lot, but we go to the same high school, but of course we don't go to and from school together. If anything, we don't tell anyone at school that we're even siblings. It's almost like we're just strangers with the same last name, Isazaki, and we're just living together because our parents got remarried to each other. And I assumed that from now on, this was going to be our relationship. But then one day...
Tatsuya, can you go tell Yumino to get in the bath?
Okay. I could just text her on my phone, but that's also a chore. And so I decided to go to my little sister's room, but... Yumino, Mom said that the bath is empty. Are you asleep? Even though I knocked on the door, Yumeno didn't respond. I didn't feel great about it, but I decided to open the door to Yumeno's room. No?
Tatsuya, I love you.
For a moment, I didn't understand what was going on. Through the crack in the door, I saw Yumeno staring at a photo that she took of me on her phone and getting lost in her thoughts. And so I quietly closed the door and left. Let's just pretend like I never saw that. That's what I wanted to do, but the scene I just saw was glued into my mind. What on earth was she doing? The next morning... Yumeno?
What?
Why are we going to school together this morning?
We just happened to leave the house at the same time. That's all.
I see.
By the way, Tatsuya, about last night.
Last night? What are you talking about?
Did you come to my room?
No, I didn't go. Why?
Whatever. In that case, fine.
There was no way that I could tell the truth. So I decided to keep pretending like it never happened. However, the fact that Yumeno was walking to school with me in a rare occasion like this must mean that she was suspicious of something. I tried to play it cool, but my heart was beating so fast I thought I might explode. By the way, we're almost at the station.
So what?
I thought that you don't want to be seen together, right?
I don't care. But if you don't want to, then I can go over there.
I also don't care. As usual, Yumeno was acting really cold, but she also didn't walk away from me. It was really awkward and confusing feeling. What on earth is going on in her mind?
Tatsuya, I love you.
No way. We ended up getting onto the train together, but
Tatsuya, do you have a girlfriend?
no. Obviously, there's no way I could.
Well, I guess that's true. You don't go out on weekends, and you're always playing games at home.
What do you want? Are you making fun of me because I'm not that popular?
No, whatever.
Well, what about you?
I'm not interested in stuff like that anyway.
Okay. Since middle school, Yumeno has been popular. That's her personality, but she's good looking, so I'm sure the guys don't leave her alone. She says that she's not interested, but in that case, it makes me wonder. Then what was that yesterday?
For the record, I will say a lot of guys ask me out, you know.
Sure. What? Are you bragging?
I'm not bragging or anything.
Well, if some good guy shows up eventually, why don't you try dating them?
Like I said, I'm not interested in stuff like that.
Is that so?
Plus, I don't really want to hear that from you, someone who's never been popular in his life.
You always have to say something extra, don't you? She's seriously not cute. But then the train suddenly came to a harsh stop. Yumeno looked like she was about to fall over, so I quickly grabbed onto her. Hey, Yumeno, are you okay?
Yeah. But hey, this is embarrassing. Let go of me.
Sure. But also, it's dangerous. So you need to make sure you're holding on to something.
What just happened? You better not tell anybody at school about it.
Why would I? After that, we both were silent until we got off the train, and it was an extremely awkward time. For me, I was stuck feeling confused again. That night, when I was reading a manga alone in my room, Yumeno came to visit.
Tatsuya, the bath is empty, Mom said.
Oh, okay. I'll go now.
Hey, do you have a minute right now?
What's the matter?
About this morning. You didn't tell anybody, did you?
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
You better not say anything to anyone.
Like I said, I didn't.
Fine, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
And then, after I got out of the bath and went up to the second floor... Yumeno's room. The light's still on. I thought she said she was going to sleep already. Ever since yesterday, there were too many things that were bothering me about Yumeno. I wasn't trying to step foot into the fire, but I was concerned why she wasn't asleep yet.
Oh, Tatsuya.
Yumeno? You're still awake?
Yeah, there was something that was bothering me a little bit about this morning.
You're so annoying. Like I said, I haven't said anything to anyone, and I don't plan on it either, so relax.
It's not about that. Thanks for helping me.
What? Sure. I mean, there was more of a reaction. Don't worry about it. Yumeno's face was blushing bright red. It was the first time I was seeing her like this, and I had no idea how to react, and I felt even more awkward.
That's all I wanted to say, okay? Good night.
Sure. Good night. She would suddenly get mad and then suddenly be sweet. I seriously don't understand her at all. I didn't get her at all, but... Hey, Tatsuya! Do you know that freshman girl named Yumeno that's really cute? Huh? Where's that coming from? A few days later, during the lunch break, I was daydreaming in the classroom when suddenly one of the guys in my class spoke to me. Not only that, but it was about Yumeno, and I didn't know what to say in response. Well, you have the same last name as her, don't you? I guess so. So, what about that girl named Yumeno? I heard this rumor about her that she's super popular. Apparently, even some of the juniors have asked her out. Interesting. So, is she your little sister or something? I was gonna ask you to introduce me to her. Sorry. Well then, next time, I'm gonna try to ask her out. Well, I'm sure he's just going to end up rejected. boyfriend for Yumeno? Huh. Still, a boyfriend for Yumeno, huh? For some reason, I felt a pain in my chest. But also, Tatsuya, what are you going to do about college? I still haven't decided, but... Oh, that's right. What's the matter? Nothing, I was just thinking about something. I guess that's an option, too. Ever since that day she thanked me, Yumeno had been acting weird. Her attitude itself hadn't changed much, but I felt like she was trying to get involved with me more at home. But also, why do I have to play this with you?
Because I've been curious about this game for a while now.
Even though you don't even play games.
Oh, I'm starting to get sleepy.
Hey, don't fall asleep on my bed, all right?
Just laying down, that's all.
Well, don't fall asleep like that.
I won't fall asleep.
And you are completely asleep now. Sheesh. Yumeno, hey, wake up.
I'm tired from the after-school club. So take me to my room.
Huh? Sheesh. Why is the first time that I'm holding a girl in a princess hold this one? But also, she's a lot lighter than I thought. So I ended up picking up Yumeno in a princess hold and carrying her to her room. I laid her down on her bed, but...
Thanks, Tatsuya. Love you.
What the hell? She's sleep talking. And so every day has been kind of awkward recently like this. In that case, it's more reason for me to leave home. After that, I discussed with both my parents and I told them that I wanted to go to college far from home and live by myself. Of course, I didn't mention anything about Yumeno recently. At the very least, I just said that college is something I wanted to attend that was far away and that the only option would be for me to live alone. My parents said that in that case, there was nothing they could do and accepted it. However, to go completely out of state would make me worry just in case anything were to happen. So I decided on Yuki University that was in the city over. By coincidence, that university had the major that I was most interested in, so it was perfect. Although my main goal was to get away from my family house and to get away from Yumeno. It is going to be harder than I expected, but let's do this.
Hey, Yumeno. Is the junior named Tatsuya Isazaki your older brother?
What? Why are you asking me about that person?
If it's your older brother, there's a girl that says she wants you to introduce her to him.
What? Really?
You know, Tatsuya isn't like all those other playboys around here, and he's seriously good looking. And I heard that lately he's actually studying really hard to get to a good college.
Is that so?
Don't you think it's hot when some guys are working really hard towards something? I could totally understand why anybody would fall in love with someone like that.
So, this guy named Tatsuya, I wonder what college he's trying to go to.
From what I heard, he's aiming for Yuki University. He must be really smart.
Ever since he was little, he was hardworking and good at school.
What? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Just talking to myself. I'm home.
Welcome home, Yumeno. You're late today.
I had after-school club. What about Tatsuya? Is he home yet?
He says he's studying by himself at prep school. Recently, it seems like he's really put on a switch, and he's studying really hard, that boy.
Little by little, I felt something about my daily life shifting. I couldn't get rid of this confusing feeling inside of me, and yet only time kept passing. I was focusing on the task right in front of me. Time flew by, and I felt like I was being pushed by something because I was so busy. For a while, I thought days like this were going to continue, but then one day... it's raining. I didn't bring an umbrella today. On the way home from school, when I was studying at the prep school by myself, all of a sudden it started raining. It's not that I couldn't get home, but I also didn't want to get drenched. I guess I can wait until it slows down a bit.
Tatsuya,
Yumeno, what are you doing here?
because Mom said that you might not have an umbrella with you.
Did you come all this way to bring me one?
Yeah,
Thanks. That's a huge help. On the way home, I had a conversation with Yumeno for the first time in a while.
so, you're trying to go to Yuki University?
Did you hear that from Mom and Dad?
Yeah, well, you've always been smart since we were kids, so I kinda get it.
I guess so.
Well then, that means you're going to move out and live alone, right?
I guess that's what's gonna happen.
Interesting. Living alone, huh?
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Nothing, it's just that there is also the famous Alice University nearby, so I was wondering why you were moving out to live alone.
Well, they have the major that I want, so
Is that really all?
that's all. After that, we both fell silent until we got home. But, once again, it was really awkward. So, does Yumeno really? No, I really shouldn't think about that. But then... Tatsuya, there's someone here for you. What? Who? Apparently, it's some freshman girl. She said that she wants to talk to you. 1 week after Yumeno brought me the umbrella, one of her classmates came to my classroom asking for me. She wanted to speak in private, so I followed her out of the classroom, but...
My name is Aoba Arashima. I'm a freshman.
Oh, sure. So, what is it that you wanted me for?
I'm going to be straightforward. You're Yumino Isazaki's brother, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, well...
Actually, I only recently found that out. But also, it's because recently Yumino has been kind of...
Kind of what?
How do I say this? Will you please lend me your ear for a bit?
Well, sure, I guess. And so? I lent my ear to Miss Aoba Arashima. But...
I think she loves you.
What?
During every recess, she's always staring at photos of you on her phone. And when I confronted her about it, she confessed herself.
Is that so?
I was wondering why she was rejecting all those other guys who were asking her out, even though she was so popular.
Did you come all this way just to tell me that?
But also, can you please do something about it?
Excuse me?
Yumino's recently been very depressed, and it's a bad energy.
So you want me to do something about Yumeno loving me?
Well, yeah?
So in order to make her not love me anymore, let's see. To make her give up, then maybe I just need to get a girlfriend, which means... Oh!
What?
I'm gonna ask this knowing that it won't work, but, Miss Aoba Arashima?
There's no way, no way! Impossible! Because I'm Yumino's friend, you know!
So you can't pretend to be my girlfriend, huh?
There's no way. First of all, there's a girl that likes you anyway.
What? There's a girl that likes me?
Yeah, I definitely can't accept that. And I don't want to hurt Yumino either.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Anyway, for Yumino's sake as well, please face her and talk to her about it.
But how am I supposed to ask her, hey, are you in love with me? Well, I did have a slight feeling about it, but... That night, after Arashima came and spoke to me, I decided to have a proper conversation about it with Yumeno. Hey, Yumeno, do you, have a minute?
Yeah, what?
Oh, I was, just wondering how school is recently, that's all. I'm really bad at things like this.
Wait a minute. Did Aoba say something to you?
Well, you know,
That I'm in love with you?
Well, if we're going to be straightforward about it, yes, it's about that, but...
I see. Didn't you realize it already on your own?
I guess so. Although I didn't think it was real. After that, I told Yumeno what I saw through the crack on her door that day. Yumeno didn't flinch and she listened closely to what I had to say. And then, when I was done, she let out a little sigh.
I didn't really want you to find out, you know, but... If I'm being honest, I love you, Tatsuya. Of course, not as a brother.
So that was the case. Since when?
I guess about second year in middle school.
That's around the time when I went to high school and started to talk to Yumeno.
You and I grew up as siblings, but we're not blood related, right? But if we've been living together for 10 years, then I guess maybe this counts as incest. And I thought that if I said it, you might be grossed out, so I couldn't really say anything.
No, of course I wouldn't be grossed out or anything like that.
You're really nice. So you say that for my sake, but there's no need for me to hide it anymore, so I'm going to say it. I don't really want to think of you as my brother. I want to be in a relationship with you. And ahead of that, I also want to get married to you.
Yumeno.
If we've been living together for 10 years already, it's almost like we've been married anyway. Even though I love you so much, too much, why are you trying to get away from me?
Well, because you're being honest, I'll also be honest with you. I also love you, Yumeno.
What? Oh, well then, why are you trying to leave?
Please, just listen. Around the time I went to high school, I also realized that I liked you. But you're my little sister. And I'm the older brother, and I thought that I shouldn't have feelings like that. That's why when I found out about your feelings, it made me even more scared. Even though I already knew that I loved you, I felt like everything was going to fall apart.
Tatsuya.
And I thought that if I moved out, then we would have some distance, and eventually both of us would become logical about it. You are my precious little sister. That's what I want to think. That's why I chose Yuki University. But then suddenly, Yumeno jumped into my arms.
Tatsuya!
Hey, Yumeno!
If we both feel the same way, then that's enough. I love you, Tatsuya. So stay with me, forever and ever.
What could I do? How could I let a girl go who loves me this much despite the circumstances? My feelings were completely leaning towards Yumeno already, but I'm sorry, Yumeno. Even still, I want to aim for Yuki University.
What?
The reason why I'm aiming for Yuki University isn't just because I want to get away from you. It's because there's genuinely something that I want to study there.
What you want to study?
Yeah, they have the technology department that I've always been interested in, and if I graduate from there, I'd be able to get a job at a good company. That's why, once my future is properly settled, then I want to properly settle with you.
I can't wait for that. I won't right now.
Were you listening to what I just said?
Don't you get it? You're really popular with the girls, Tatsuya. And once you live alone in college, you get to bring home as many girls as you want.
Don't decide that for me. All right. Well then, what do I have to do for you to trust me?
Well then, kiss me. A lot.
All right, fine. Wait, what did you say?
I said kiss me. And that's the way lovers conceal their love.
Whoa. Why are you suddenly becoming really needy?
Because I don't have to hold it in anymore. If you're not going to do it, then I'm going to kiss you first.
All right, I said.
And there are other things that I want to do when you become my boyfriend.
What are you trying to do? There was no way that I could tell my parents what happened with Yumeno after that. However, we did have a proper conversation with them that we were going to date. Our parents are both understanding people, so they said that that's how we feel about each other. There's not a problem. I felt like all the confusion and awkwardness inside of me was instantly resolved. I was able to get accepted into Yuki University, and I was going to move out. Pardon me, my name's Tatsuya Izazaki. I just moved in next door. I came here to say hello to my new neighbors.
Thank you for the greeting. Oh my. And what about this girl? I am Tatsuya Isazaki's wife.
Sister! My little sister! Yumeno.
Oh my. What a cute little sister she is.
Thank you very much. If you'd like, this is for you.
Come on, why would you say that? I was your little sister right there.
Don't you think that a wife at this age is pushing it? And plus, if they knew that a college student had brought a high school student into their house...
I don't think we need to worry too much about what other people think. Well, that might be true, but if you're going to live with me, then I'm not budging on that.
That's right. Yumeno ended up moving in with me. It was going to be a commute to school for Yumeno, but it wasn't impossible with the train. And she forced herself into moving in with me.
But now we get to be alone together, don't we?
You better not tell anybody about this.
I'm not going to tell anyone. Because if I do that, it would be a waste.
Of what?
We're siblings, but also dating. That's our secret. Isn't that kind of fun?
You're a little devil, aren't you?
But you're the one enjoying this the most, Tatsuya.
And well, in this way, we decided to live together as siblings that were looking towards a bright future ahead.
I hate you, Asahi. Don't ever talk to me again.
What? Where is this coming from? Did I do something to you, Sakuya?
You should realize that yourself, you idiot. I'm cutting off all ties with you, Asahi.
That scared me. I guess it was a dream. I can't believe it's already been 2 years since then. This is my first time living alone, and there's a lot of things I'm worried about. So maybe that's why I had a nightmare. Or maybe I still have some regrets. I'm still dragging it on to the point where I have a dream about it. Maybe I should have spoken to Sakuya once before I came out to Tokyo. Well, I guess there's no point in saying that now, though. My name is Asahi Sumuno. Last month, I graduated from my high school in the suburbs, and I'm currently a college student in Tokyo. It's been 1 week since I started college. Every day I've been busy getting used to this new lifestyle. From cooking, to laundry, to doing the chores around my room. Oh, I'm pretty sure I have to take out the trash before 8:30. If I leave the trash out, it's going to start smelling, so I need to make sure I don't let it pile up. I didn't realize how much trash comes out of just living a normal life. I never realized when I lived at home. Oh, looks like the person next door is also taking out the trash. It's been about 2 weeks since I've started living here. This is my first time seeing her. I didn't meet her when I moved in. But now that I'm finally meeting her, I guess I should say something. Oh, good morning.
What?
I was just saying good morning. I heard that people in the big cities are more cold, but she could at least say good morning back.
Asahi, why are you next door?
Takuya Natsui. She's my childhood friend that grew up in the house next door to me. Ever since we cut off ties with each other 2.5 years ago, we barely ever speak. Takuya,
See you.
Oh, she's gone.
Hey, why are you following me?
We're throwing away our trash in the same place. What else am I supposed to do?
That might be true, but... See you.
After that, Takuya went back to her room without saying another word. Even though we were finally able to talk for the first time, that was it. I wanted to talk to her a little bit more, but if I just force it, then she's only going to hate me even more. That's what I thought 2 days ago. Oh, doorbell just rang. Maybe the package I ordered on Amazon arrived. Coming!
Asahi, open up!
What? Sakuya? What's the matter?
Just open up!
Sakuya didn't seem like she wanted to talk at all, so what does she want?
Asahi, help me. When I got home, I saw one of those.
What? One of those... Wait a minute, like a burglary?
No, one of those bugs that starts with a Caw.
Oh, one of those? Then why don't you just deal with it?
But you know how much I hate bugs, Asahi. I'm too scared and I can't deal with it, and if I know that that's there, I can't sleep in that room.
Yeah, that's true. She's always hated bugs since we were little. Alright, but are you sure you're okay if I go into your room?
Yeah, today is just a special case.
Okay, well, then I'm coming in. From there, I went into Sakuya's room and I dealt with the roach. There, that should be fine now.
Thanks.
Being sincere, you must have really hated that bug.
Hey, what are you laughing about?
Oh, sorry, it just felt like we went back in time a little bit. Compared to when you were little, you'd become more beautiful and more cold towards me. But I was kind of happy to see that you hadn't changed and how much you hate bugs. And how you say thank you when somebody does something for you.
Those are just basic manners. It's not like my personality changes that easily anyway.
Yeah, that might be true. But if you're gonna say that your personality doesn't change, then why did you cut off ties with me back then? I know that Sakuya wouldn't just cut off ties without any reason, which must mean that I did something, but it would be easy just to ask one more time. Even if I did ask, she probably wouldn't answer. Well then, I'm gonna go back now.
Sure. Okay.
I guess I should think about it myself. Sakuya and I grew up in houses next door to each other, and we've always gotten along since we were little kids. Even when she cut off ties with me, everything was pretty much the same as usual. But now that I think about it, she asked me if I was dating that girl from the class next door. But she's asked me multiple times since we were in elementary school, so that probably doesn't have anything to do with it. This is useless. I don't know the answer at all. But of course I wouldn't, because back then, I stayed up for nights trying to think of all the reasons, but I still didn't know. Even if I were to rethink it now, there's no way I would figure it out. The doorbell rings again. Is it Mamazon this time? Yes? Who is it?
Asahi, open up!
Wait a minute. Was there another bug?
No, just open up!
I didn't know what was going on, but I opened the door, and there was Sakuya, holding a pot. Why are you holding a pot?
It's nothing. I just cooked, so I came here to share some with you.
What? Your homemade cooking?
Obviously, why would I bring store-bought food in a pot?
That's a good point. But why are you giving that to me? If you cut off ties with me, that means you hate me, right?
Correct. But you got rid of the bug for me, so I was just thanking you for that.
Oh, I see. But thank you for bringing it over for me. From there, I thoroughly enjoyed the stew that Sakuya brought over for me. Thank you for this. It was super delicious.
You don't have to tell me that. I already know.
Oh, she's blushing. That part of her hasn't changed since we were in elementary school. Ever since we were little kids, you used to make chocolate and stuff like that. You've always been good at cooking.
I guess so. I'm gonna need it when I become a bride in the future, so... never mind. Anyway, I'm done here, so I'm gonna go back now.
Sure. Thanks for the stew. From that day forward, for some reason, Sakuya started coming to my room more frequently.
It's before the exam, so I came over to study.
What? But we go to different colleges and we are in completely different majors. So what's the point in studying together?
Yeah, but I can't focus at home by myself.
So you're saying you can focus in my room? Well, I also need to study anyway, so that's fine with me.
Right? Well, I'm gonna be here until we go to sleep today, so you better be ready.
What? You're welcome to study here, but you're at least gonna go back to your room to sleep, right?
Why can't I just sleep here? It's not like you're going to do anything to me while I'm sleeping here anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true, but...
Well, then, why not? Anyway, let's hurry up and study.
2 hours later. Is she serious? Sakuya actually just fell asleep here. That's so careless of her, without even knowing how I feel. She would definitely be upset if I opened her bag and looked for her key. So I guess I can only let her sleep in my bed for tonight. And so I picked Sakuya up in a princess hold and carried her into my bed. 1 week later.
We're going to watch a movie today.
Why do you need to watch it at my place?
The TV in your room is bigger, and if I'm gonna watch a movie, then it's better to watch it on a bigger screen, right?
Well, that's true. A bigger screen is better. Wait a minute. I went into Sakuya's room when I got rid of that bug that day, and the TV was about the same size. But maybe my perception was off. That evening, the two of us watched the movie together.
It wasn't that good. So let's watch another one.
Wait, it's already 10 p.m.? You've been falling asleep a lot at my place, so you should go back before you fall asleep today.
Fine, then wait a minute before we watch the next movie.
What? Like I said, I think it's better if you just go home today. And then she went back to her room for a moment, but then... Why did you bring your futon over here?
With this, it's fine if I fall asleep here, right?
No, it's not a problem with the sleeping arrangement. The problem is that you're falling asleep in my room.
The details don't matter. Anyway, let's hurry up and watch the movie.
Sure. Why do I feel like I'm being carried away by this momentum? In the end, both of us fell asleep while watching that movie that night. 1 month passed since then, and...
Hey, Asahi, are you okay with ginger pork for dinner tonight?
Yeah, ginger pork sounds great. Wait a minute. Now that I realize it, I feel like you're completely living in my room.
Why not? Instead of both of us cooking separately, it's cheaper and easier to just make food for 2 people.
That might be true, but... But wait, first of all, I thought she had cut all ties with me, but now she's living with me. That's weird. I don't think it's good for us to live together like this without clearing the air. Even if I ask her, she's not gonna answer me. On top of that, it's starting to become normal to be living together, so it's hard to have a serious conversation at this point. Alright, I guess I'll change the mood. Hey, Sakuya? We mostly only see each other at home, right?
Recently, we go to the grocery store together, but yeah, we're mostly just at home together.
Right, so why don't we go out somewhere tomorrow?
What? Oh, then I want to go to the amusement park.
Oh, good idea. Especially since we never had one near our hometown.
Yeah, we grew up in the suburbs.
The amusement park would be completely different from the usual. Maybe I can ask her while we're waiting in line. After that, we made plans to go to the amusement park that weekend. The next day.
First, we're going on the roller coaster.
Sure, but can we pace ourselves? From there, Sakuya latched on my arm and she pulled me. I wasn't able to get away and we went on the roller coaster 10 times. I've reached my limit.
I guess we can take a break now.
Yeah, if we can do that, that would be helpful. I thought this might be a date, but it definitely doesn't feel like that.
I made us some lunch boxes, so should we eat on that bench over there?
Yeah, thank you. Wait a minute. Maybe this is a date. We walked over to the benches and ate the lunch boxes that Sakuya had prepared for us. Thank you for that. It was delicious.
Yeah, I put in a little extra for today. In the afternoon, let's go to the haunted house.
Sure, let's do that. For the rest of the day, we enjoyed the haunted houses and other rides around the amusement park.
I think we've been around to most of them. I haven't been to an amusement park in ages. That was so much fun.
I'm glad to hear you had fun. Shoot, I was also having a good time, but I completely forgot my main goal. Hey Sakuya, would it be okay if we ride the Ferris wheel before we go?
Sure, that's fine. But did you like heights, Asahi?
No, that's not the case, but there's something I want to talk to you about, away from other people.
But we could do that at home, though. Wait, maybe... Yeah, there's a much better mood in the Ferris wheel than at home.
Mood? I just thought I didn't have the opportunity to talk about this at home, so...
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, let's hurry up and go.
What? Sure. From there, Sakuya suddenly seemed excited about the Ferris wheel, and she pulled me into one of the carts, and then... I'm starting to get extremely nervous. If this was going to be the case, I should have just casually asked at home while we were watching a movie or something.
Hey, we're almost at the top, so don't you think it's time?
Sure, if I don't hurry up and say we're gonna get to the top. Hey Sakuya, there's something I really have to ask you.
What, you're not gonna say it first, Asahi?
I'm sorry, that's true, but after all this time, I still don't understand. I know that if you were that angry, then it means I did something, but...
What? What are you talking about? I'm not mad at you at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess that wouldn't make sense out of nowhere. This isn't about today, but I wanted to ask you the reason why you cut all ties with me in high school.
Wait, is that what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, it's that.
I see. Come on, I thought he was about to ask me out, and I was so excited.
Oh, maybe she didn't want to talk about it after all, but... Sakuya, I was really happy that we were able to get along again. But if I don't find out the reason why I made you angry that day, I'm sure you might get angry at me for the same reason again. I don't want to cut off ties with you ever again. I always want to be with you. That's why I need to know.
I see. Well then, I'll tell you. Remember when we were freshmen? There was a mean game that got popular within the guys to rank the girls in the year?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Like the rankings of cute girls, or the girls you would want to make your girlfriend. All the guys are forced to do it, so I just wrote something random down.
What? You wrote that randomly?
Yeah, they said it was anonymous, but I thought they could figure it out by handwriting. There were a few different subjects, so I feel like I just wrote down the girls in alphabetical order.
I see. Well, wow, I guess Ferris wheels are actually pretty long.
Hey Sakuya, you were definitely just trying to change the subject.
No I wasn't.
Well then, what did the ranking have to do with cutting off all ties with me?
Promise you won't laugh?
Of course, I promise.
I just so happened to see you writing down your answers.
What? Really?
Yeah, and then I saw that you didn't write my name, so I was upset.
What, that's it?
Because even if I wasn't the girl you liked, I thought that you could at least write my name down under the subject of girl you had the most fun with, and I was upset.
Well, that's, like I said before, I didn't want to write down my honest answers, and then for people to figure it out to me because of my handwriting.
Well then, answer me now. Who is the girl that you have the most fun with?
You, Sakuya.
Well, then what about the cutest girl?
You, Sakuya.
Well then, what about the girl that you like? Why is this the only one you won't answer?
Sakuya, I'll answer you, but in return, will you answer my question?
What? Sure. If you're going to tell me, then I'll answer anything.
I have always liked you, Sakuya, ever since we were in elementary school. Even though this is what I'm like, will you please go out with me?
That's not fair. Obviously, my answer is already decided. I also like you. I like you even more, Asahi. I hope we can always be together, even if we start dating.
Yeah, we basically already live with each other, so I don't think anything will change just because we're dating now.
That might be true, but I have a feeling that you didn't try to do anything with me because you were concerned about the reason I cut off ties with you, right?
That might be true, and plus there's no way I can do anything with a girl I'm not even dating.
And that's what I thought, and that righteous part of you hasn't changed.
That's a given. And plus, I want to treasure you, Sakuya.
I see. Thank you. But we're dating now, so you don't need to worry about that anymore.
What does that mean?
Yeah, now that we're dating, you can kiss me right here if you want to. Your time is up. Would you like to go for another round?
I'm sorry, we'll get out.
I'm sorry, we'll get out. We look forward to seeing you again.
I guess we can do things like that when we get home. Even though we cut off all ties with each other, this time I think we'll be able to stay together. 4 months later, it was summer break in college and we had come back to our hometown. In order to clear the air, I went over to Sakuya's house to tell her mom that we are dating now, and that our apartments were coincidentally next to each other.
Long time no see, Asahi.
Long time no see, Miss Nasui. I know this is sudden, but I have the pleasure of dating Sakuya now.
Oh my, oh that's wonderful news! If you were living next to each other, then I thought you would have to help each other out and maybe you would make up. But I didn't think that you would make up enough to become a couple. What?
What do you mean?
Asahi, before you could choose your own apartment, didn't your mom go ahead and find one for you?
Yeah, it was my first time living alone, so I left most of it up to her.
I also asked my mom, which means... That's right, Asahi's mom and I worked together and managed to find a place with 2 open rooms next to each other. Mom, you should have told me that! Oh, but if you knew that we planned this, you wouldn't have been able to become sincere about it, right? Well, that's... And plus, if it felt like a coincidence, then it would feel more like fate, right? That's true. So I was able to start dating Asahi because you and Miss Sumino planned this together? Well, I guess I should say thanks. Well, that's rare of you.
I also want to thank you very much.
Oh dear, you don't need to worry about it. Well, I'm really happy that the 2 of you have always gotten along, or finally dating. I'm ready for whenever you 2 get married. I can't wait to have grandchildren.
Well, we decided that we need to graduate and get jobs first.
Asahi, you don't need to tell my mom all of our plans in detail.
I don't know what the future holds, but I'm sure that Sakuya will be by my side for it.